What is up, you guys? It is Jessica Joelle back here again for another video. In today's video, I am going to be telling you guys some ways to know that you're pregnant before you know that you're pregnant. These videos were really helpful to me when I was first trying to put two and two together to make four. Okay, when I was first trying to know that I was possibly experiencing pregnancy symptoms, these videos are really helpful. And I see a lot of stories where a lot of people say that they Googled pregnancy symptoms or they YouTube pregnancy symptoms, and I was like, well, why not do my own video of ways that I feel, let you know that you're pregnant before you take a test. So without further ado, let's get in. So, one of the first ways I feel you can know that you're pregnant before you take a test, or before you know for sure, or miss a period, or take a test, miss a period, whatever it lets you know, is soreness of your boobs. It's a common symptom. For some people, it's a PMS symptom. For some people, it's not, but it tends to be a across the board symptom that happens right before someone finds out that they're pregnant. Really sore boobs. They say swollen, and for me, swollen happened as well. But for certain people, swollenness doesn't happen. It's more so the soreness. So that's why I say sore boobs can definitely be a sign. Aching, from the side, your nipples being super duper sensitive, that's definitely a sign that you may be carrying a baby, girl. You may be, you may have gotten a little too grown that night, and then you about to be somebody's mama. Okay, another way that I feel you can know that you're pregnant before you test is how you react to I don't want to say intoxicants, but to liquor, or if you smoke a little something, to that, however you react to things that, naturally in your pregnancy you would have to give away. A lot of people say before they tested or before they missed their period, they got drunk and it was really bad. Like the hangover was really bad. The hangover lasted for a long time, and that may be working against your hormones in your body that are trying to work to preserve your pregnancy. So yeah, I definitely feel like getting really sick after you drink, if you normally don't get that sick, getting really sick from smoking or anything like that can definitely be a clear indicator that you may have something going on. The third way I feel you can know that you're pregnant before you test or before you confirm is ovulation tests. I'm sure, well, let me not say I'm sure. Most people probably don't take ovulation tests if they're not, trying to have a baby or whatever the case may be, although you should at least do it for like at least 3 months so you can know when you ovulate, so that even if you don't want a baby, you can avoid, baby dancing that time, or you can take extra precaution around that time to make sure that nothing happens that you don't want to happen. So yeah, I feel like ovulation tests can be a real big help, because certain people know when they ovulate. So if your ovulation test is still like blazing positive and you've ovulated already, it can definitely be a clear indicator that you are pregnant. It definitely was for me. That's how I found out that I am pregnant, this time. If you're new to my channel, I am currently 32 weeks pregnant, and that is how I found out. I took a ovulation test on the day that I was supposed to get my period, and it was like still blazing positive, and you should not have a blazing positive, or positive at all, a positive ovulation test on the day that your period is supposed to come. So if you kind of want to know without really like facing that daunting task of taking an actual pregnancy test, you can take an ovulation test as well. The fourth way I feel you can know is nausea, being sick. Clearly that's like everybody knows. Okay, well, not everybody knows, but it's a it's a very, very, very common symptom of pregnancy. Even if you're not pregnant, even if you're not sick or nauseous in the beginning, most people get nausea at some point during their pregnancy. But one major symptom in the beginning is nausea, and that can happen very much so before you test. Just constantly being sick, waking up and feeling just feeling just completely like thrown off, sick. You don't know what's going on. You just feel very off. That is a word that a lot of mamas use to describe how they felt before they took a test, and it's like the perfect word. Like, you're just gonna feel very off, you know. And that off, a big part of that offness is the nausea and the sickness, and not really being able to combat it, because I remember feeling nauseous and like chugging some Tums down and it did absolutely nothing. Okay, it did nothing. So yeah, you just feel very off. You feel very not like yourself at all, and you can't explain it, especially if you've never been pregnant before. You know, it's really a new feeling to have something happening to your body that you can't really control or make go away. So that can definitely, you know, help you with knowing if you are with child or not, you know, just feeling that off, sick feeling, because it happens. And last but not least, the biggest sign, way to know, indicator, all of that good stuff, the thing that is like, woo, 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 you pregnant, you having a baby, yada yada yada, you gonna be somebody's mama. One of the major ways to know, or probably the most major way to know, of course, is a missed period. Not everybody misses their period when they get pregnant. Some people say they, you know, keep having periods. It's probably not like a heavy duty period, but it's probably definitely more bleeding than, you know, normal or whatever. But for the most part, a missed period is, of course, you're pregnant. Like, that's like, come on. Yeah, you missed your period. Your period didn't come, honey. That means, okay, that means that uterine lining didn't shed, honey, because it has something in it. It has some baby in it, embedded in it, okay? Yes, missed periods are definitely the biggest sign. And it can happen to anyone. Don't ever think it can't happen to you, because, honey, when my period wasn't always regular. I talk about this in another video. My period was not always regular, and I would go like 3 months, or the longest I've ever went my entire life without a period was 6 months. But you know, yes, there are people, a lot of people with irregular periods. You know, whether it be their period comes, has too many days in between it, or they miss it for like months, or whatever the case may be. A lot of people have irregular periods, and when me being a person who had an extremely irregular period, I thought that, you know, if I ever got pregnant, that a missed period, you know, would not be an indicator, or I thought that it will always be hard for me to get pregnant because I have irregular periods, and it is harder for women with irregular periods to get pregnant. But honey, both times, okay? With my angel baby and my current baby, I missed my period like that, and I was pregnant. So Child. In every situation, that is definitely an indicator that you are pregnant. Thank you guys so much for watching. Those were my ways to know that you're pregnant before you test, or before you get it confirmed with a doctor. However you officially find out that you are with child. Those are my ways of knowing beforehand. Hopefully it was helpful to you. That's just a few of the many ways to know. There are a lot of different things that every mama experiences early in her pregnancy and definitely throughout the pregnancy. Those were just some of the ones that I am putting out there. It's kind of to help if anybody ever wanted to search and see what's some ways to know that you're pregnant before you confirm. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.